Brothers, welcome back to Territorial Replays, where we take a look at some of your games and how we can improve in that. Now, this is sent in by CorgiCircusReplays. This is a 43-player free-for-all battle. And right away, biggest kind of little pet peeve, make sure you take off your gamer tags when you're in free-for-alls. Kind of the overall thought process here is it's supposed to be a free-for-all, and a clan tag is how you identify in a team's battle, and what we're trying to avoid is any kind of perception that we're going to be teaming up with other people who use clan tags in a free-for-all to unfairly team against other people. So make sure if you're joining a free-for-all, you go ahead and take off the clan tag. It's perfectly fine, just put it back on when you're playing a team battle. Let's go ahead and take a look at his position over here. He gets off to a good spawn, lots of area around him. Now, he is in a little bit of a corner here. Africa is a little bit notorious for, kind of getting yourself locked into a region, but I think this is a pretty good area. He does have to rely on these three people kind of falling for him to get out. One of the three, that is, to fall to get out, but otherwise it's pretty good. He does a great job expansion. This is what you really love to see, is just kind of tendrils going out, and that just means that you have a lot of options in attacking bots. That kind of makes sense for you. So let's go ahead and go into a 1.5 speed. In fact, we could probably get to 3 speed here until we end the bot phase. So biggest thing we're kind of missing out on here on opportunities is we need to be striking bots that others have the opportunity to hit, and not worrying about building up troops. See, there was a little bit of delay there towards the end. I think he looked around and saw that his neighbors were all big and got a little scared. No, go ahead and finish up your expansion. That's your best way of getting out of that scenario. Saving up a little bit right there is not going to make the difference or not, but the little bit of extra land you get could at least snowball you a little bit better. And now we're kind of in a stuck position where we have to kind of wait for others to do things around us, which is fine. You don't have to make the move here, but this is a good opportunity to be kind of looking at who your dream target is. Who do you want to strike? Obviously the crown, you're going to get the most buy-in to fighting the crown. And then Frederick up north is probably my dream target, but realistically it'd be USO, just because he's weaker and there's more people around him that'd be willing to attack him. So I would probably be seeing what the crown's neighbors look like and seeing if anyone wants to attack in there. Like that boat right there, yeah, we jump in on that. Good opportunity there. I like this boat. Oh, we miss a little bit of an opportunity there. A little bit of land goes away. It's okay. Little things like that happen in the moment. Just probably got excited and forgot to click, but it's fine. We're in 5th place here, and in terms of targets, we got to be worried about Frederick up north, right? Frederick, or whatever his name is. He's getting pretty big, but I agree, it's not a fight you need to have right now, so you go into player 7. That's a pretty good move, and we're not attacking him anymore. Interesting. Well, I think he's not attacking because this guy's not attacking. Even so, you've committed attacking this guy. You attacked him once. Once you attack somebody, you really need to commit to attacking them, because you don't want to leave them on the board for later, as they could be a real problem for you. Now we have our Frederick guy attacking USO. I'd be pretty inspired to actually take USO's side here and knocking off this guy. And the reason why is because he's in a corner, and eventually he's going to have limited people who he can attack. One of them is going to be you. And this is a decent enough, close enough fight where I feel like, yeah, this is a one that I would definitely trade on. Right now, you don't have the borders to worry about people like attacking you. You have one guy kind of here in the middle who's the crown, who's going to draw a lot of attention. I think this is a pretty safe move that you could do, and you do. Okay, perfect. That's great. I think this is one of the best moves you could do in this moment. If you could get USO's buy-in, but he's boating and not really over-attacking enough, but you're committed, which is great. Looking down south, we have this guy, Aaron, not doing anything, which is scary, and water. Hopefully you can still get this done. I'd be messaging Full Sender, see if he wants to get involved, but USO is getting attacked by the crown. That's a little bit surprising in this moment, but I guess he's kind of frustrated because he doesn't have anything to do. But I think the timing's going to work out for you here. Full Send, nice, good. That's good. It's kind of the best case scenario. Of course, this guy's right here to grab the land. He's refusing to, do anything to earn it. Annoying when people do that, but what are you going to do about it? All right, so in terms of your next moves, you should be thinking about your next moves right away. You're about a little bit far away from the crown. we want to start kind of simplifying borders here a little bit. I think one of the best people you can attack is Aaron. Now, the reason why attacking Aaron probably is a good move is that you're not going to get a ton out of this land. What you're going to probably do, though, by attacking him is get water to cut across here, and then Cappy's going to be behind him. So that's going to limit water's ability to do anything. Other moves you could do that just make a ton of sense. This is a little bit more of a risky play. Basically, what this is doing is replacing one ally with two allies with, or two borders with one, with the idea being that there's going to be a counterbalance here. But if that goes wrong, that could really go wrong with you with water getting too powerful. Best move is probably attacking USO just because you have the best borders with him. And it does eliminate a player on your borders. So, well, it doesn't. It gives you the borders with the crown, but doesn't, get rid of a person. So let's see what he does here. The only ones you shouldn't attack is Full Cinder because honestly, you don't get anything out of that. The crown is getting very big. Yeah, we should probably be attacking USO right away. We should never be on our maximum interest. If you're on your maximum interest, which is the 000, you're waiting too long for something to develop, you should just strike. You don't want to be left behind here. You can see you're already 40,000 pixels behind. The nightmare scenario right now is if player 142 takes out Redacted right now and you don't have borders on him, he probably wins the game outright. And fortunately for you, he's not doing anything, which seems very confusing. Now, this is a confusing move. Why are we attacking water in this moment instead of USO? I think this is probably a moment where you have an alliance with USO. You've worked with him a couple times in the past, and now you're over valuing that alliance. This guy gives you the best borders. You have the best chance of getting land, even if he full sends you. This should be your target. This guy down here doesn't make any sense because for the exact opposite of the reasons we just talked about, you don't have good borders with him. You're not getting a lot out of it. The crown full sends, you barely got anything out of that, and you took a big player off the board. At this point, though, we're in danger zone of the crown kind of running away with the game. I would probably solidify my borders with the crown and take out probably Aaron. The reason being at this point is you want to maximize the strength of everyone that doesn't have borders with the crown. USO is no longer a target because this guy's gotten too strong. But if you can knock down this guy, you have a good shot of fighting the crown with Cappy, and also you get a good shot at getting all of this land. So let's see what he does. He immediately goes into fighting the crown. I don't like fighting the crown at this moment. What you kind of need to ask yourself in these moments is, do I need to fight the crown right now? Is this a fight I have to take right now? And the answer to that is no, with only 30%. I definitely don't think you would. Like, let's say you took off a moment, you grab some of this land. Is there enough on the board to fight 12 million? Is there enough players on the board who have enough troops that is more than 12 million? The answer is going to be yes. Don't really need to fight this battle right now. Now, the only kind of caveat to that being is if he started to fight Redacted, that's fine, but this is not a fight you need to lead, especially because you just don't have really good borders with him on it. And you really would like Cappy's buy-in, which you could have gotten a lot more by fighting Aaron. And we're still fighting the crown, which, obviously makes sense. I would probably turn on USO at this moment, just clear him out. He's basically done. You want that land to go to you, not the crown. But we're still fighting the crown. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for you here, just ignoring this. So what's going on right now is you have Redacted, you have Cappy, you have Aaron, you have yourself, you have Full Cinder, you have USO, all fighting the crown. There's way more than 11 million troops there. This is a great opportunity for you to peel off and solidify your borders a little bit by fighting USO and probably Full Cinder. So we are still fighting the crown. There we go. We grabbed some of the land. That's at least nice. Again, we don't need to be in this fight anymore, and we've cut off the south from fighting, which I don't like because these guys are going to be sitting back here with nothing to do. It does put a little bit more responsibility on you to continue to fight the crown because these guys cannot anymore. So what are we doing here? Why are we piecing out? Why are we at maximum interest again? Again, if you're at maximum interest, you're just you're not making enough. It's not necessarily that you're always doing something wrong, but you could have done something better in the prior moments to getting up to this point. Like, if the crown has been being attacked by a lot of people up to this point, why are we letting him build back up to a point where he is going to be the strongest player on the board because nobody's attacking him. Yeah, you're currently kind of flirting with the crown, which is the dangerous moment because this map has shown that there's a lot of people willing to, you know, unify to fight the crown. Let's kind of see what's going on here. If we can simplify our borders here a little bit, that would probably be for the best. AA Ron is showing a little bit of fight down south with Cappy. Again, probably a good opportunity to fight Cappy. But I guess you're kind of tied to 142. This is one of those moments where there's no bad decision, but indecision. You have hit the point where you are now the crown. You need to now continue to strike this person. You know you have a person over here who's going to help you, and this person is probably going to want to stay out of the fight. But not doing anything and building up to maximum interest is the worst thing you could possibly do in this moment. You have to do something. You can't just sit back with, 3,000 pixel advantage and hope that that's going to carry you. You just got to continue to push through. Are we going for the stalemate here? What's going on? What are we doing? Okay, well, there's a full sin that we got for free. Now we're going to be the target, which makes a lot of sense. You need to start striking against this guy. Good. Just continue to keep hitting him. Ignore Cappy until you absolutely have to. Just because, he hasn't attacked you yet. You got to be attacking, my guy. I mean, this is getting a little bit ridiculous how much we're just kind of not doing anything in these moments and just kind of hoping that something happens for us. You really got to kind of take advantage of your own opportunities here and do something with them. Like if everyone's content with not doing anything on the board, why not attack? Why not attack? Why not just keep knocking this guy down every cycle? There we go. We got him full sent. Now he full sends you, which hurts, but still you're the strongest on the board. All right, let's take a look at this board right now. So you do not have borders within the purple. You are the crown. You border 3 people. In this moment, don't give anyone time to react to anything. Immediately attack the strongest person right now, which is going to be Cappy. And watch for boats to make sure that Redacted doesn't get in. If you can knock down Cappy without getting borders on Redacted, you win the game. This is again another moment to not hesitate. There should be no hesitation. There should be an instantaneous move. If you're ever in this kind of position where you have just finished the battle, you are the crown, you are at red interest, and if there's enough people on the board to take you out, your first move should be immediately attacking somebody else. Never give the rest of the players on the board time to consolidate and think about what's happening and what they're gonna do. Just immediately strike, because the couple of attacks you can get in before people realize what's going on can make the big difference in the game. So we are attacking down south. Good. We just keep attacking. This is working out great. We see this boat over here. We got to be aware of that. That's got to be mission critical. Mission critical. Oh my gosh. You got to send out a boat. I know that you could pick at a moment and be like, hey, you can't just stop in regular game and look at it. But at the same time, that boat's been there for like a minute and it's going to land. We reacted to it too slow. Send your boat back. Oh, this is pain. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. That's the most reasonable thing that happened. But then we stalemate? Buddy, you still had it. You still had it. To say that these two wouldn't want to fight against this guy? I don't know. I don't really like this kind of a stalemate. I would honestly prefer if this was me, I'd prefer to be taken out at the end of it. But, you did some things well. You show a lot of promise as a player. I think one thing that's really holding you back is kind of an uncertainty in terms of like, is this an okay thing to do? And, feel free to take risks. I guarantee you the moment you start taking those risks is when you turn from a good player into a great player. There were so many moments there where there was just kind of like weird hesitations where it's just like, it didn't make sense because you were doing all the right things leading up to it. So I think the big breakthrough moment for you is going to be taking risks. The moment you start taking risks, again, you're going to go from a good player to a great player. But let's go on to our next game. All right, next map up is going to be provided by Pirates. This is a 76-player teams battle here in the Middle East. In a 1v1, I like to go in the middle just because you can influence things a little bit better. Pirates goes on the outside, which is not a bad move for his team, but we got to be thinking about what are we capturing for the team. Right now, you got a guy right here. You're really going to be kind of focusing on this guy. I get it. I think it's a good move. I would be a little bit concerned with this guy's position. He could do a lot more by going over here. And you got spawned on. That's very unfortunate. That does suck. Let's take a look at our expansion. So far, so good. We're doing okay. We miss a cycle. That's okay. That happens, but we should go. At this point, yeah, you're getting a little bit pinched in here. I would just infinitely go into the growth phase, and it looks like you do. Good, you got out. That's fantastic. Your teammate's getting attacked. You're going to have to kind of leave him for the moment. It's not a big issue. Your teammate kind of got himself taken out just by attacking. If he had just waited, you could have potentially saved him. But now that's a big problem for you. So let's see how you do. You're doing well. You're grabbing bots. You have another bad teammate down south just grabbing land, but literally not saving a single penny of it, which is really unfortunate because if he gets borders with anybody, it's absolutely mission critical. So your first bot should be absolutely just trying to block off this man. Do not give him borders. Fortunately for you, you do have Ben do that, but that is something you need to be aware of in the future. If you have a teammate like this who is over attacking and has not any troops but a lot of land, and then also access to more of your team land, make sure your priority is blocking him off because he is going to be a big vulnerability. Let's say if this org guy had gotten borders and decided to attack, look how much land goes away. How that much could be a problem, which is at this point the strongest position on your team could then become just as weak as everything else. So in terms of your position, we've pushed over, we're getting attacked over here. Not to panic, everything's fine. We should try and hopefully be having some of our teammates do some actions here in attacking. We're getting rid of the bots. I like that move. It doesn't change anything doesn't change your borders, but does strengthen your position, which is good. At this point, you have 300,000. You don't need to worry about the attacks. You could just send out like 2% and clear out the 2% attacks, clear out the 3 of these bots and be done with it. No need to keep getting attacked. And we do that, which is great. Looking at our borders, we do have a teammate. We do have a little bit of problem going on down south. I would probably be trying to get this JP to attack org with me, and Sabraski, we would want to get this guy out of the way very quickly. No need to let that build up. Even though you're not at red interest, I would look up here. What happened to this guy? 2 seconds ago, that guy had more troops than this guy, and I guess he donated. So now you're positioned as a hold. You are helping attack. Okay, I like it. I like the risk. I like the risk. I would have held here, but at the same time, yeah, whatever. Get this guy out of the way. Big fan of that move. And now we need to kind of work where we are the strongest. We're getting donated to. Crown is supporting us. So we have 2 people to attack. We have 166. We have player 851. The target we attack is 851, and the reason for that being is that we can get help with that through OG. And many hands make light work, 8 together strong and such. And if OG falls, this is another death scenario where you look at how many dominoes are going to fall after him. This is a must. Good, we get him out of there. He immediately full sends. And especially the biggest benefit to attacking with the target you have the most in common with other people is that when someone's getting attacked by like 2 or 3 people, they're much more likely to full send and give up. They're like, oh, this is over. Especially if you're in a team situation where you could like attack with 5 people, just everyone attack one time and that guy's full sending. He's done. He's out of there. But our game is turning into a little bit of a precarious situation. We have a lot of big players, and we have a lot of big players on the blue team, and we have basically no one to respond to on the black team. If you're ever playing a team's battle, it is so pivotal that you save up to your red interest before you start donating, especially if you're going to be on the frontline position. And the reason I say this is because if Crown was at his red interest, which if we could look right here, is 9,000. He had donated to Pirates, which I don't understand why this guy donated. I was expecting Pirates to be someone down here, which made more sense. Another guy who could have donated, not done it. But basically, you turn yourself into a target, where if these 2 guys had held, It would give a lot more time to the rest of the team to be more proactive. But now we got to be protecting weaknesses everywhere. Crown is going to fall, and you got to look at all the things that are happening after that. If I'm in this position, everything is looking lost right now. Blue is absolutely on a rampage. Black team has nothing to respond to with. I see we have one guy over here in the back lines. I'm not full donating. I am donating to this guy every cycle. This is kind of a Hail Mary choice. There is nothing that the black team has over here that can strengthen anybody. So you might as well strengthen your one chance to get into their back lines and do some damage in return through this guy. But yeah, we're getting absolutely blitzed through over here, which is really unfortunate. We have no donation base. We have basically 4 people, this little core right here, of people that can donate. And outside of that, we got nothing, champs. I mean, even if everyone built up this guy, there's no shot really in taking down the crown at this moment. We are building up this guy over here, which I do really like. This is your best momentum, is right here. And hopefully you guys can hold off that for the time being until we can continue to keep building up this guy, because this could really change the game. It's really cruddy to have to put all your hopes and dreams into a Hail Mary play like this, but it's a Hail Mary play for a reason. Otherwise, the game is fully lost. I would say the one benefit you have is that this TR guy is really concerned with grabbing all the little bots along the way. And that's, you know, really working out to your guys' favor. If they were just attacking regular people instead of the bots, this would be done quickly. But now we've got some opportunity. I like you saving up in this moment, Pirates. And yeah, another guy falls because he didn't save up to his red interest. Biggest pet peeve, if you haven't caught on by now, is, okay, we have 3 million. What's the best move for us to do on this team? We've strengthened up our guy. I don't know why he's kind of stopped attacking, but this is our moment to strike this guy. We have the momentum right now to take out the second or the biggest player on the board for the blue team. Strike him right now. And you do. Fantastic. Yeah, just hit him again. Good. Keep this going. What's this guy's plan? What is his plan? He's just sitting back there doing nothing. Okay, we still have this. Just ignore the problem. Now, all you need to do to win the game, or to at least stay competitive, is avoid borders with this guy. Can't have that. But look at the weakness that we have everywhere else. In fact, I honestly think you probably could more and more be able to do that. Finally, this guy's doing something. Holy cow. Just being built up by the entirety of the black team just to sit in the corner. I don't know why he's just not... I mean, he's giving attacks now. What are we doing over here? I think we should be continuing to attack this guy. Oh, you're holding off because you got borders on the TR guy. I understand. I think that's smart. If we can get our crown to focus on TR, he is. That's our cue to join in as well. Good. We're doing that. Is Ben going to join as well? He is. Ooh, this is a comeback. This is a comeback. I'm going to be honest with you. I looked at Pirate's position and it's like he played well. But the black team's position was just like frustratingly weak. Like there wasn't anything that they could do. I was really expecting a lot more strength to come from this guy. And there was kind of like a few moments where he just didn't do anything. But weirdly enough, these two decided that they could, like, there was no reason to ever stop attacking, even though they had 0 troops. So you got a little bit lucky there, but you put yourself in a position to get lucky. I mean, this was the strongest player on the blue team in terms of pixels, and he only ever had like 1 million troops. Very fortunate that this guy was there and attacked. Weird that he didn't continue to attack. Weird that these guys did continue to attack rather than address backwards. But sound play by you. Love to see it. I mean, everything you did was well. I mean, when you didn't need to donate, you didn't donate. When you did, you did. And like, you know, other than your team being in a bad position, there was really no notes. So good job, Pirates, on this one. And that's going to do it for today. So as we do start to wrap things up, boys, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially made this far in the video. You have made this far in the video. Give it a thumbs up. Really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. Put up videos 6 days a week. Now, boys, see you in the next one.